Says you're in the show. There it goes. Yeah.
You're in the show. Welcome. You are in the show. Welcome to the Karen and Kristl show. Well, before we get going, I am gonna go over to Facebook and just bounce it over to my regular page so that we can get some more peeps. I don't know. Can you see? I wonder if you can see comments. I don't know why it's telling me to secure my account right now. That's like a little odd. Okay, hang on 1 second. Plus, it can gather our audience.
Yeah.
Welcome, Robert. We got Robert on Instagram. Okay. Oh, here. Yeah, there we are. So I'm going to bounce this over to my regular page. Hi, Shirley. Hello. I didn't make a title. I actually have a guest. If you guys want to actually see my guest, Kristl, you can find us on YouTube and my Facebook pages. Okay, so I think I shared that. Let me just make sure we have audio. So let's get it. Yep, we got audio, so we're good. Hi. Yeah, so you're getting the only one half of the screen right now on Instagram, which is kind of funny. But yeah. So let me just make sure that we're on my page too. Oh, yes. Here we are, the beauties. Oh, no, that's in the group. Well, we're fine. We're all good. Okay. All right. I'm so excited. We haven't done this in a while. I think the last time I tried to get you to do this, you weren't available. So I'll turn the music off unless you want it like on a little bit. It's up to you.
I can go with the flow. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you choose. If you normally have music, you can put it in there.
I do usually in the beginning.
That's fine.
Usually, yeah, in the beginning.
Have a little dance party.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'll go to the chats. Looks like, see, we have comments. Oh, okay, David, hello, welcome. He says, hi, how are you today? Oh, I'm doing incredibly well right now. I'm blessed because I got my girl Kristl on with me live. You guys are in for a treat. I'm in for a treat. I'm excited. Okay, actually, one more thing before. I love to do since it's just me like producing the show here. I just want to make sure we're all good on all platforms. So because there's nothing worse than, thinking you're doing something and then you're not. And, okay. Yeah, there we are. Sweet. Okay. All right. So just a recap of what's been going on. I've been hosting the 5-day free self-love challenge. And so, yes, I don't have any. I just have my red lights. I have my red lights. Or we have the hearts. We didn't plan this, by the way.
Power button.
I had that sweatshirt on earlier when I went earlier out, so that's funny. Okay, and yeah, so the self-love challenge has been awesome. Kristl's actually been very active in the private group where there's been assignments, and honestly, in my opinion, the more work you do in this kind of thing and you do the assignments, the more that you're working on yourself, the higher you're lifting your vibration. And also, like yesterday, becoming aware of who you are. And when you do that, then it's an act of self-love, and it's a daily practice. So we've talked about all different things throughout the week, which have been, what is self-love? Why should we practice it? How can we practice it? And we talked about self-esteem, and then we talked about self-awareness. So it's been a lot of juicy trainings. You can go back and watch the juicy trainings on Facebook or on YouTube if you guys want to catch those trainings. Still not too late to join that free group either. So that's a free group that is active, and it's a cool community of people. So, whatever you're called to do, do it. But so without further ado, I would like to welcome my very, very special guest and, sister from another Mr. Kristl Howell. And I'm just so grateful that you said yes to join today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was interesting to be aware of myself when you did ask me to come on, because my first reaction was like, no, fear, like all these emotions that I had come inside of me, and I was in the way. I was getting in my own way. And when I took a moment and centered myself, and I was like, why not? I want to support my girlfriend. I really admire what you're doing for the people on your platform, for the people in your community, for the world in general as a whole. You have such a passion to help people mentally, physically, and spiritually. And why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? Something that I had thought about today was it was very similar to the feeling that I would have because we're sisters in sobriety.
Yeah.
And way back in the day, before children, I had gone into rehab when I was like 19 or 20 years old, flew out to California, went to rehab. And part of the program is getting up in front of people and sharing your story.
Oh, yeah.
And so the feeling I had when you asked me to speak was very similar to
Wow.
that feeling when I would be asked to speak and share my story.
Right, right.
And I definitely feel that is it's interesting because I feel divinely led by God. I feel like, there's a higher power at work. And when I can move out of my way and allow myself to be a channel of love, and, who knows who my story may help. And
Right.
so, like, just being in action and being a part of your community is it's a blessing. I'm grateful for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you're doing the same thing, you're helping others by just being present, doing the work, showing up, like showing others that you know, don't be scared
Mm.
or maybe be scared, but do it anyway.
Yeah, it's okay to
That's
have
life.
that feeling. That is life. That's the same thing I tell my children.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that emotion. It's okay to
Right.
feel that feeling
Yeah.
because for so long I didn't want to feel.
Right.
And I used other sources to help,
Co- Get
help
through.
get through,
Yeah. Yeah.
to numb myself.
Right.
And,
Right.
your groups have been like a reset button for me because life happens and
Yeah.
life is in session and I get
Yeah.
busy. And so when the oxygen mask comes down, I'm always putting the oxygen mask on my children first, my husband first,
Yeah.
but not myself. And so your groups really help me put that oxygen mask on myself first.
Yeah.
Then I can
Right.
show up better for my family, for my children,
Yeah.
for my
Like
husband.
you
Yeah.
need that little reminder. And it's community, it's support. It's
Mm.
important. We need that,
Mhm.
It is really
Yeah, it's
easy.
accountability. It really helps
Yeah.
keep that accountability. When I'm
Yeah.
making those decisions in my daily life, I'm like, oh yeah, the group, or I'm going to post, like, oh yeah, let me make sure I get my checklist done today. Or I get really excited about doing the homework. Sometimes I may not want to, but then when I get into it,
Yeah.
like the love letter that we wrote
No,
to ourselves during the
I want
challenge, I was like,
oh,
whoa, I did not expect these questions to be coming at me that way. It was really interesting introspection for myself.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I really wanted to do that, and each like time I'm in my bed near my journal, I'm like, I really still have to do that assignment because I want to do that assignment is write
Mm,
that love letter to myself because I know how powerful that is.
mm, mhm,
And one of the other group members, hers was really powerful. I didn't read the whole thing
mhm,
but like I was like, this is really good. It's a very powerful practice.
mm,
So I'm not just like giving you things that are like brainless. I'm giving you assignments that really tap into, okay, like who am I and what do I need to
mhm,
work on? What's coming up.
mhm.
So yeah, it's yeah, it's
Help
all
dig a little deeper, peel that onion layer back a little bit more. What else is in there? Who is Kristl? What is she about? What is her journey? Where's her journey taking her? That kind of thing. And when we get lost in life, we don't usually take that time for ourselves. And that's
yeah.
why I really love your groups. Every time that you post one, let's see, we met back
Oh
in, was it
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
2017?
go for it. Tell the story.
Yeah, I
Do
believe it
it.
was back in 2017. I just had my second son, Huck,
Yep.
and I had reached my highest weight ever, and I just did not feel good
Mm,
at all about being in my own skin, which I really had throughout my life had been active, played sports, would do a lot of hiking, so I never kind of had to worry about things. But after having two children very close together and just kind of like, not paying attention and taking care of myself, I joined a friend of mine told me to join this group because I was struggling emotionally, kind of suffering from depression, postpartum. And so I was in this group that Karen was in. So she and I met through this group, and you had set up for a challenge. I believe it may have been I can't remember if it was a week or a 30-day
It's
green
like,
juice challenge.
yeah, okay, okay.
Do you remember?
Usually the green juice ones I would do like 30 days, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And you may have started out with the week, and then I signed up for the 30-day, and
Maybe.
that's what held me accountable for a daily kind of check-in for myself. I started doing more activity, doing the walking. We would video it, we'd post it to the group, stay accountable. And I started dropping some weight, just naturally dropping weight. I started feeling better about myself emotionally. I was not getting out into the community because I had my children and I was kind of
Yeah.
like homestead.
Right.
So being a part of your group, you and I have never met in person.
I know. It's,
We've
it's kind
never met in person,
of, I know,
but
it's
we
kind of
have
crazy.
formed this soul
Yeah.
sister
Like I'm
connection.
like your kids are like, it's I'm like
Oh, you
Karen.
Aunt Karen,
Like, let
yes.
me get on FaceTime. Like, look, yeah, he's like trying to FaceTime me. I was like, I just woke up.
It's beautiful to have formed this relationship
Yeah.
over, the internet. So we never know,
I know.
putting
It was
ourselves
pretty
out
crazy.
there, what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Anytime that you've had a group, I love being a part of that because, like I said, it's like my reset button.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
struggle, I'm human. I struggle with accountability. I struggle with consistency. I get in my own way.
Yeah, but also
Um,
when you have younger children, and yes, I mean, it's hard to
mhm.
focus on, what what will fuel your soul when you've got like two others plus,
Yeah,
husband. Oh, you got the whole thing going on.
yeah.
You did I mean, I thought that you started with a transformation like the transformation thing with me just as like you and me as one to one, didn't we?
We
Or
did
unless
do
you
that
did
too. That
another
may
one
have been the
first.
first one. My mind fails me.
Yeah.
That may have been the
In my
first one, was the
mind,
one-on-one
yeah,
transformation.
right? Yeah, yeah. Which you started juicing and different things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and the lemon water.
Oh, and I still do that. And that's
Yeah.
what's really cool, is all these seeds that have been planted.
I know, I do.
This is planting seeds. So even
Yeah,
when I'm not a part of an active group that may be going on, I still can resort back to the things that I know that work for me. Like, I do my lemon water every morning.
me too.
My son was grabbing lemons and eating them, and I'm like, maybe his body's telling him he needs lemon water too. So
Maybe.
I started preparing
Oh.
him lemon water first
Oh,
thing in the morning. And so, like,
oh my
he
God.
drinks his lemon water. And if you think about it,
That's
it's like,
awesome.
if you have a Keurig, it's like cleaning your Keurig out. It gets all dirty. You got to put the vinegar in. You got to clean it out. That's what that lemon water does for
Yeah.
your system. It helps
Yeah.
rebalance the
That's
pH
so cool.
balance, your liver, your kidneys. It's
Alkalize, reboot,
alkaline.
reset.
I mean, it
Yep.
seems like it really does something to the fat, breaking it down. I feel like it's easier for the food to flow through my body. We need a
Yeah.
good clean out a couple of times a year, but every morning, just think about that.
I
Like, every
know.
morning, warm lemon water. And you
Yep.
were the one that introduced that to me.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people I've introduced that,
Yeah.
and whether or not they still do it, but like I've religiously done it since I started my transformation.
Hmm.
So yeah, I could probably almost count on like my two hands of how I haven't in about 7 years, like probably 10 times I've missed it because I'll bring lemons with me if I'm traveling. Like I make sure that I have my lemon water. If I'm in a hotel, I still bring
Hmm.
like a lemon. It's kind of crazy, but
It works
um
for you. That's a
I
part of
know
your routine. You
it's
have
so
created
hard.
that routine for
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. And then when I don't have it, I miss it. Same with
Hmm.
green juice, Organifi green juice for me is like in the morning when I don't have it, I'm like, and then, or, later in the day, I'm like, why am I so tired?
Mm.
Oh, wow. Okay. I forgot. So,
Yeah, and I'll tell you what too. My oldest son is special needs autism, and it can be challenging to get the right foods in his system. And my
mhm,
other son too, he's a picky eater.
yeah.
He'll have to put a partition up if there's any vegetables on anybody's plate. So those Organifi greens, I put
Oh,
in their
yeah.
shakes. I freeze bananas. I use, I put a scoop of the Organifi greens, and they are getting their greens. I don't have to worry about them eating their vegetables,
Awesome.
and
And you drink
that's
them.
so, and they drink them. It
Yeah,
is
that's
such a
awesome.
relief. I
Yeah.
call it the Hulk juice. You get really
Nice.
superhero
That's a
creative with it.
win.
He's like, "Yeah, Mom, I need my Hulk juice," and I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
"Yes,
Oh, I
like
love
mommy
that.
win." I do too.
That is a serious mommy win.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That's so cool. Yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know how many groups that you've been in, but like, it's been like since 2017. So I did my transformation in 2016. So really, it's been 7 years
Hmm.
since we've known each other, been doing things together. Yeah, and even when I'm not doing any kind of group, we still keep in touch. We've really formed a bond. And so another thing, so besides like you did the transformation, I don't know if you did a month or 3 months. It might have been a month.
A month. I did a
Yeah,
month.
okay.
Yeah.
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 And once you learn all those basics, like for the transformation, I mean, really, the first 30 days is all you need. Like, honestly, if you just stick with that and you keep going, you're gonna have like change in your body and your everything. Like you said,
Mhm.
body, mind, soul. Um, and you learn those basics. So then it's whether or not, you continue it. But accountability obviously is gonna keep you on track.
The
I'm
momentum
sure
going.
Elena would, if Elena were here, she'd probably
Oh,
say, yeah, like I know she loves accountability. She loves accountability. And a lot of people, need that for discipline to
yeah.
keep on track. So everybody's different, obviously, but that is the one good thing about groups. And even for me as the coach,
Mm.
to have those groups, it holds me accountable because I'm not always like, on point when I'm not coaching anybody. I'm like, oh, it's a free for all. And then I'm
Oh,
like,
and
oh, what are we
you know,
doing? Like, let's
another thing that I
go.
thought about when you mentioned Elena was her meditation, because that was another thing that you introduced to the group is meditation. And on that insight timer, she had a record of like how many days in
Oh
a row. I know
yeah.
she reached a year, 365 for
Okay.
sure, and I'm sure she kept going. I haven't been in touch with her lately, but
Yeah,
that was
I haven't asked her
impressive.
about like stats or anything. But yeah, you're right. She was like that changed. I mean, honestly, that is a big game changer for a lot of my clients
Mm,
is telling them like, okay, I know you say you can't do it. I know you've tried it before, but I'm gonna really, really like make this part of what we're doing together because
mm,
and my other client, Haley, that's one of the biggest things that like I think she did a review on my Google business page, and that was like one of the things that she
mm,
mentioned that really, really helped her. And that is one of the big things that I guess advocate for people to
yeah.
do for their well-being. So yeah, it's a game changer really.
I
So yeah,
agree. I agree
yeah.
wholeheartedly with that. It's an opportunity to calm the static electricity from the outside because everything for me is always focused outwardly. And so that
Mhm.
meditation just really brings it back inside.
Yeah.
Even if my mind is busy, it just like I just take deep breaths,
Mhm. Right.
deep breaths through it. And
Yeah.
whenever I do calm and center, that's my time with God. I
Yeah.
feel like I can hear and listen
Yeah.
um, more clear,
Yeah.
in those moments and
Yeah.
help find the direction on a daily basis.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we're going to transition to I think was it last summer? The like I did a month of teaching booty and you were like
Oh,
you were the one who was really plugged in more than I mean Jen was, but like you were really plugged
yeah.
in. And I think because it was a summer, so your kids were like, yeah, kind of like hanging out and doing it. But
Hmm.
I feel like you were just like so excited every day to like just do it.
Yeah, get my body moving. I had never done a type of yoga that way. It's like very what's the word? Very active,
Yeah.
extremely active. And
Yeah.
but the way that I felt afterwards, I mean, talk about um your antidepressant.
Yeah.
Like that
Right?
is like my antidepressant. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, like feeling amazing.
Right. The glow, the booty
Yeah.
glow, and the booty bliss. Those are the two words that I associate with after a booty
Hmm.
class is like
Hmm.
glow and bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well stated. Very
Yeah.
well stated.
And it
Yeah.
just taps like everything, it taps
Hmm.
everything in your body.
Yeah.
Which is it's so powerful and it's fun, I
Hmm.
think it's fun.
It
Uh,
is. I really enjoy it. I do.
yeah. And that was we definitely had fun times and we would do it in the morning, like um summer mornings. We'd be like half asleep trying to drink coffee. Okay, let's hit our mat.
Let's
And
do this.
but then after the class, we would be like, woo,
Oh,
okay,
so
like
glad
ready
I
to start,
did that. I have energy for the day. Let's
right?
go.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which, that being said, I haven't done a lot of booty sessions lately in the
Mhm.
mornings. More evening. So I don't know. I am planning on getting back into teaching it because it's powerful. It's a powerful
Mhm.
practice. It's a powerful practice that works for me, but I'm also able to give that to others and introduce it to others because
Yeah.
it is such a great form. Like you said, what did you call it? Like antidepressant, like
Mm.
all natural um antidepressant
Mhm.
RX, right?
Yep.
Which is a lot of the things that I actually do, and I, you know, um, try to get people to do, like cold water, which you've tried.
That was actually on my mind when you were talking about booty and the glow, because then I was like, oh, it reminds me of the cold water therapy. And even though I don't get in the bath, like the cold bath all the time, I'll do it in the shower. And every morning it's become a practice for me to splash my water and wash my face with cold water. And it
I did
is
that this morning and thought of you.
amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
I absolutely love it.
yeah.
Um,
That's good.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that wakes you up. Like that's a definitely a
It hel- it helps
stimulant,
release. I mean, I guess it's serotonin or something. It really just does something chemically
right? Like
with the brain. I
wakes
mean,
you up.
when you do the whole body, it's amazing.
Yeah, and
Amazing. That lasts for hours of just calmness. If you have a brain that is completely active and really busy and it's very challenging for you to calm it down, highly recommend doing the cold water bath. I know you've talked about that before, but it is unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
yeah, I mean, honestly, like even in the morning to jump in the shower, a cold shower for
Yeah.
like even just the cold water for like 30 seconds is gonna like reboot your system,
Hmm.
and give you that like burst.
Yeah.
It's really powerful. I mean, don't knock it if you haven't tried it.
Mm-mm.
That's all I have to say.
I think there's such
um,
an initial fear. I talked to my husband about it. I was like, what about taking a cold shower? He's like, don't eat. No, not going to happen. Not
oh,
gonna,
really?
just the
Really?
thought of it. I think the shock of it, the initial
Mhm.
shock of trying to get over it.
Yeah. Well, that's what like
Yeah.
whim is like just tiny increments that you're increasing. Like he did
Mm,
like I forget how many day challenge, but like each day, you're increasing a little bit more time in the
yeah.
shower to like acclimate. And I mean honestly, like I'm pretty darn conditioned now. It's kind of crazy.
Hmm.
I mean, it's wild. It's
I,
wild.
I've recently watched one of your YouTubes when you were actually showing what your container is that you use for your
Oh
cold
yeah.
water therapy, and then
Yeah.
you dipped in. And
Yeah.
I mean, you were a pro. You were just like, this is no big deal. I'm just going to get in, and this is part of my
Oh yeah.
routine, my regimen,
I
my
was
self
like
care. You're like, only have a small amount of time, and you just like,
I
and then
was
you were
like,
like,
I was like, okay, I'm doing a YouTube not real what do they call it in YouTube? Story? Is it a story?
YouTube.
No.
I'm not sure.
I know. I'm drawing a blank right now. A short.
Mm.
I'm doing a YouTube short, or I'm doing a short, like wherever it's going, like Instagram Reel and Facebook. It's a minute, right? You have a minute to relay your message, to educate, to relay your message, and to show like the power and I was like, I really only have like a minute, because normally I would be in there for 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, then I dunk and I do like the
Yeah.
dunk.
Yeah.
So we have a special guest.
Would you like to say
Hi,
hi?
hi.
Hi. Okay,
Yeah,
mommy needs a little
you're
time.
you're
Okay.
you're on
Yeah.
screen.
Can I download one
Yeah.
game, please?
Yeah, you can.
I can download one game on
Yeah.
the TV.
Yeah, you sure can.
Aw.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay. Yeah, so normally, yeah, so that day I was like, I'm looking at the timing, I'm like, oh God, I just gotta like bing. But that's also fun too, I guess, to dunk. But yeah, no, I don't normally do that. Normally I do 2 minutes because that
Mm,
2 minutes gives you the full benefit. And anything more than that's just like a test of your mind.
mm.
And yeah, but yeah, that one I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta
Wow.
do it. If I'm gonna
I
make this minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet it really is so interesting to watch what comes up for you mentally when you are in the water like that and how long, if you are pushing yourself,
Right, right.
kind of like working out whenever you go into this workout routine and then you're kind of like you're
Keep
up against your
going.
own self. It is a game against yourself.
Yeah, it
And
is.
whether you tell yourself you can't do it or I'm gonna, I can do it longer, what story are we telling ourselves? How far are we gonna put, like what
Right,
that looks
right.
like.
Like, how many times are you doing, like, say you're going for a walk or you're going for a run or you're doing
Mm,
like some kind of like workout, physical workout, and you go into it saying, well, I'm just going to do, and you kind of limit, like, I'm just going to do like this much. But then you start doing it and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going because I'm feeling good. And then you just you go like way further than you thought or more reps than you thought, that
mm,
happens a lot.
yeah.
And it's just to get there, to start it, to start going. The start
That
point, that's the hardest part. And
mm,
that's like even with the cold water. To get in the cold water, you got to start, you
mhm,
know? So, yeah, but it's a test. That is definitely a mind that's why I do it is to keep pushing like my mind to understand that like we can do hard things,
yeah.
you know? So then when I think something else is hard
Mm,
and I think about, oh, you put yourself in like freezing water, like ice baths. That's, yeah, you can do this, you
love
know,
that. I love that.
you do that comparison. So that's why I do it.
Mm,
Is just like that understanding with the mind and the body that like we can do things that our mind says we can't
yeah.
or doesn't want to, or that's scary.
Yeah. I love that. I do.
Yeah. Um, Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else what else would you want to talk about? Like just maybe the effects of the different things that, we've done together, working together, and how it's kind of influenced you've also done practitioner sessions with me as well, like
Hmm.
1 hour or 1 hour and a half, like practitioner sessions as well. So we've gone pretty deep on various levels of
Hmm.
all, body, mind, and
Hmm.
soul. We really have. And that's kind of, well, that's because that's like what I'm all about.
Hmm.
And so are you, really. So, and that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Like I'm not going to attract somebody who is like, not into any of that.
Well, that's what's really great about all your different groups that you've put together because they focus on those things, whether it's the body,
Yeah.
the wellness, having the green juice, having the lemon water in the morning, filtering out our system, trying to cleanse it out, putting good
Right.
food in there.
Yeah.
Then moving into a spiritual part where we're working maybe on some like intimate things that may be challenging or blocking a person, myself, that you and I have worked on. I'm not going to go into details about things,
Yeah.
but intimate things that needed to be kind of cleared or
Well,
talked about
healing.
and then
Yeah.
healed. And that's
Mhm.
it, healed, having things
Healing.
that come up to the surface. And,
Yep.
and a lot of times, I mean, even today, I'm driving around taking my kids to their appointments and stuff. And all I wanted to do was just cry. I just wanted to cry in
Um,
the car and not necessarily even knowing where the emotion was coming from, which
yeah.
can be very challenging for me. But it was an opportunity for me to be inquisitive about that because
Yeah.
our challenge, last night, the homework was
Yeah.
like, how intuitively aware are you from a scale of 1 to 10 about things and
Self-awareness.
self-awareness,
Yeah,
the
right.
self-awareness. And so in
Yeah.
that moment, I took that thought captive. I took that emotion captive and just kind of was like, why do I want to cry now? It was like, you know what, Kristl, it's okay
Um,
to cry. If you want to cry, let that go. Maybe I don't even know
absolutely.
where that emotion is coming from, but I feel
Yeah.
like not allowing that to flow may be blocking
Yeah.
something went inside of me
Oh,
from
yeah.
coming, forward to be
Oh,
released. And you think about over time, over our lifetime, how much stuff we just keep
block.
stuffing down. We block
Stuff.
and block.
Stuff.
And through some of those
Block.
practitioner
Yeah.
classes that you and I have been a part of, that it helps unblock those things or get curious about things.
Well,
Start
yeah, because I do
you're
ask.
very
Yeah.
curious. You ask questions that I wouldn't
Yeah.
normally ask myself to maybe dig
Yeah.
deeper to the issue,
Right.
and then bringing in a prayer, affirmative prayer at the end of
Yeah.
that, kind of
Which is
sealing
super
that and bringing
powerful.
healing to what is specific for
Condi-
myself or to the
yeah.
person in
Yeah.
general.
I call them conditions. It's where we think that something, or we think something's holding us back, or like, addiction. That's like a
Mm,
condition. Why we're using that for some reason. That's not true, but we have to figure out, like, what is the cause of this? What is the root of this
yeah.
condition, which is actually false? It's not true, but like, why? And then break through and bust through that and heal
Yeah.
that. And sometimes it takes just multiple times to work through certain things or figure it
Mhm.
out. It's like a
Mhm.
whole process. That's why, like, this journey, this life, this thing called life is like a constant process of like
Mhm.
learning, growing, healing, ascending. That's what I'm all about, you know. And it's not just one aspect. It's not,
Mhm.
in order to I mean, I think, we could do all the physical fitness that we want. Like I could literally just be like one kind of coach, right?
Mhm.
But then there's that whole, we're like this whole rounded person with emotions, with a body, with, connected to oneness, and we're all connected to God. There's all these different elements that make up this human self
Mhm.
that we call, that we're here in this body. So but yeah, so there's that. I love
I
it.
know when I do
Yeah.
wear my
The two of us
my
had
hat
our
places,
gear.
people are like, believe in humans, and it brings a conversation. It's a conversation starter, and really it's a reminder to myself to believe in myself. Believe in humans, believe in
I know.
myself,
Oh
believe,
yeah.
have that power within,
Yeah.
press my heart, like activate, bring that love out to the community, out to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I always say. I say that believe in humans starts with believing in yourself.
Mhm.
um because honestly, that's where believe in humans was birthed from, or came out of the seed of my transformation, my recovery, my 180 transformation. I was like, oh crap, look at me now. Well, we all have this capability. I'm not special. And I was like, that was actually from Jenna. Her Unleash Your Inner Unicorn. We had to do
Mm.
like a project at the end, and that was my project, or that was my thing. And then here it is, how many years later is like, believe in humans,
Oh,
because
that's so cool. I love that.
I know it's so cool. Yeah, and that's what it is like, we're all created equal. We all have the capability of like changing, to
Mhm.
heal, to really just live our most amazing lives. So
Yeah.
if you believe and you do the work, you know for me, it's really like, I always lately in my new self, after the last like couple years of debacle,
Mm.
it's just healthy, happy, free.
Mm.
Like, that's my thing, is like, I just want everybody to be healthy, happy, and like free from things that are, addictions, and things that
Yeah.
are holding us back.
Yeah.
Or that could be humans, we
Yeah.
could be connected to toxic humans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Aiden. But yeah, so that's my thing with believe in humans. But yeah, you've been with me a lot, through all of that, and you've gotten different swag and
The OG swag.
yeah, yeah.
Hey.
That is an OG.
Well,
That is,
and I just have to throw this out there. I really just, I extremely admire your tenacity, because you have not given up. Through
No.
your journey, you keep coming back to who you are, and you move. You have a movement to it.
Mm.
You try new things, you put yourself out there, and I wholeheartedly admire that within you. And thank you for not giving up, because I'm so grateful to have these groups to be able to be a part of, to be help reset my button, and help
Yeah,
humanity in general. Like and a lot of time when we were talking about kind of the unhealthy things that we have in our life, food is one of those that we
I
really, I
know.
think,
Oh my God.
dismiss as
Yeah,
unhealthy, because it's conditioned, whether from childhood, what we're used to eating when we grow up, and then
yeah,
what the chemicals that are in our food. Now,
yeah,
I've
yeah,
become super passionate about the food that we have in our home
yeah,
because of my special needs child, looking at how that diet is really affecting him on a neurological level, how it affects us on a neurological level.
yeah. That's cool.
Um, I found this really neat app. It's called Yuka, and you can scan the food in your pantry, and it tells you everything that's in that food, and it'll
Uh-huh.
show anything that may have like harmful additives that you're not familiar with.
Oh,
Cereals that I thought were innocent are not so innocent, and so it's just kind of
that's
taking
cool.
slowly moving those things out of our pantry and just
Yeah,
replacing them, and it'll show you at the bottom of it like what are some healthy options that's similar to that food, but
yeah,
a healthy option,
yeah,
And
yeah,
I think and that's what you do for your groups. You're like,
yeah,
here are
yeah.
some healthier options. Here's some
Right,
little meditation.
right.
Here's a
Like,
sprinkle of lemon water in the morning. Here are these little things. You're the live app.
yeah, I am. I am. I am. Yeah, when we did the well balanced me, that a couple challenges that were the well
Mhm.
balanced me, which was those were really good. That a lot of people who joined those, learned a lot, and
Yeah.
the thing is the accountability. I
Mm,
think that's such a we can do something for like however many days, but then it's like, okay, are you going to continue that
mm,
you learned that? Are you going to continue that? And I think that is a challenge because we get so used to things, our comfort, things
mm,
are comfortable. And so we fall back into that comfort zone. And then we stop doing the things that we had learned that are actually
mhm,
really good for us
mhm.
or the nutrition wise. And then we like start to go back down to where we were, and like I'm just as guilty. I'm human,
Yeah.
like for me right now, I am probably the heaviest I've been since like I did my transformation when I got sober is right now.
Mhm,
So, but I've also gotten more lenient. But life's been a little crazy lately, and now I'm ready to hone it in, which
mhm.
is why I will be let's transition. I am going to be offering, and I'm trying to really hone it in, but I'm going to be offering a program. It's either going to be, and we're going to start soon. Like there's no time but the present, and also like spring equinox. Spring is in like a little bit. It's like 6 weeks. So, kind of want to get excited about that, and maybe kind of bounce it into that. So I'm trying to figure it out exactly. I was talking about beat the belly bloat. What are you doing? You're going?
Hi, Aiden.
Everybody says hi, Aiden. um, yeah. So I was talking about beat because there's the thing, and I think that you hit the nail on the head. It's like as much as I want to do like beat the belly blow because it's nutrition and I want to hone in on like, you
Mm,
know, the nutrition and getting back into that groove. But like honestly, it is a well-balanced kind of thing that I like to offer. So
mhm,
so what I threw out last night on the lives, I'm kind of like thinking, wait, it's not just that, it's not just the nutrition. And
mhm,
the word transformation, it just keeps coming up for me in the last like month or so. I keep thinking transformation because I actually did my transformation 7 years ago. I started it February 1st
mm,
is when I started my 90-day transformation. And so and it's just such a great time because we're all, it's like the dead of winter. It's cold, it's gray,
mhm,
and it's a great time to really like have the time to figure out, okay, this is the program, this is what we're eating. We're going to have this community. We're going to like have an online community because we're not really going out too much. We're not socializing because it's cold and yucky outside. and build that. So what I'm figuring out, and what it also might be like a monthly group, like a monthly thing, and we might have just a different topic for each month and focus on different things each month. But I can tell you what, the first month is definitely nutrition.
Yeah.
Because that's where we have to start.
Mm-hmm.
To feel better, because when we're not putting healthy food in our body, we don't have the energy to really like do the physical part of it. And the it all works hand in hand, body, mind, soul. Like I even have that group, booty, mind, soul. Because I do think that is the jam. Like you do booty, you do like the meditation and mindset practices, that kind of thing, with affirmation and all kinds of work that we can do, the spiritual work, and our soul, like figuring out who are we, why are we here, and what makes us vibe at a higher frequency. And I remember you and we were working together for a while, and I think I have some websites, or just the domains, like Transformation to Ascension is one of them. So stuff like that, where you're changing and you're lifting up your vibration. So I'm all about that on the emotional like scale. So I used to be in the dark depression, like despair, and like up here high vibing in the peace, joy, and love. Like that's where I want, I want to be. And I want, everyone to be, is like up here in that happy place. And life today is real. It's a real challenge with so much crap going on around us. It's a challenge to get to that level. It takes work.
Yeah.
And, it's not lazy. You can't be lazy, but it's fun. It's fun.
Just showing up is half the battle. Just showing up is half the battle.
Yeah.
Get there.
You're
Get there
right.
and show. Here, you're in the darkness. Here is a flashlight. Light is shining on you. Just follow that light into the group.
Right?
Just try it out. Try it out.
Right. Yeah, you're right. It's just taking that step and becoming part of like something that is going to help you. I mean, for me, I've done all kinds of, geez Louise, man, I've been on all kinds of classes and programs and different things that they've all like helped me. Like I feel like as soon as I started investing in myself, that was like the game changer for me. And becoming like who I am today. But I'm always like looking for, what's the next thing I want to do? I know, do you have goals? Like, what are you working on? Who are you becoming? So I don't know if you ever ask yourself that. I know you do, but like, who am I and who am I becoming and how do I do it?
Those are all great questions. And I still ask myself that because I'm always changing. And the person who I used to be now as a mother, it's like that's a whole nother lifetime ago, it feels like.
Yeah.
So I'm really still trying to discover who I am in this moment, in this lifetime, with children, with the family, while not losing myself in the process, because I become all encompassing to what their world is.
Yeah.
So it's interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what these groups, like, once again, that's what this group last week, it was last minute. You pulled together this group. I jump in, and it was an opportunity for me to focus on Kristl.
Yeah, like, me. Remember?
Hey, hi.
Yeah, I know. It is really. And you know what? Kind of made me. It's been a real reflection. I'll be honest with you. So you've worked with me a ton, right? And we also met in that kind of environment. Like we met in like some kind of group, right? That was a like-minded environment that we met in. So there's no accidents, no coincidences. But so there's probably like 51 people-ish in that group. And out of like 51 people, literally there's been 2 people that have really interacted, and 2 people that even made like likes or loves or any kind of 2 people. So what, like, so my mind is like going like it brings so many questions up in my mind.
Yeah.
Is this all new kind of like material for them, or are they shy, or are they, and yes, I'm talking about you guys. I'm also a button pusher. I push buttons because I'm like, are you just settling and you're cool with that? Because like, that is not a happy or fun life, in my opinion, is like when you're settling.
Or just not ready to go there. A lot of times I think it's just like people, it's a scary place to introspect, to go inside, to have to look at some things, or that,
Yeah, not ready.
or subconsciously, like something is preventing one from jumping in.
Right.
You
Yeah.
never know.
Or too many dark secrets.
No, come to the light. It's okay. We all have dark secrets, but you know what? They're really.
You're just pretending life is fabulous, and meanwhile at home, like me, like I'm just drinking my life away. Nobody really knows, but yeah, they all know. Trust me.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm so glad God intervened. That's where God comes in. It brings me back to when I was in the airport parking lot. I had all my stuff, all my belongings in the car trunk, and my dad's there, my brother's there, and he's getting me on an airplane to go to California. And it's just like all my life is right there. I'm just trying to organize it. It's just like in shambles. But that was not of my own doing. That was me surrendering to myself enough to finally be ready to take action for something different. And sometimes that's what it takes for people, is to reach some sort of bottom, some sort of emotional, some sort of railroad block, whatever it may be in one's life. But, you don't have to go that far. You don't have to.
No.
Hit.
Well, that's my whole thing. And that's why I do what I do, because, and I always say, like, I know where I was, and I know that none of us have to be there.
Yeah.
Like, none of us have to be there.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me so sad, is so many people, especially nowadays, and also just with COVID, I mean, that just really messed us all up. Like, I mean, on such a mental level, I think we're all realizing that now, and maybe don't even know what the repercussions are from all that, so that's pretty intense, but yeah, I mean, it really effed me up. I mean, like, yeah, I'm finally just like coming out of like, I don't even know what.
I don't know about you, but I really missed hugs during that time. Like hugging people. Like that was a big one for me. That was a big one. Just human interaction. Like I even now still have like sometimes a thing about me with interacting with community group, like outside groups of people. It gets to be a bit overwhelming because we were shut down for so long. But I really missed hugs, like that human connectivity,
Yeah, right. And even like my son Aiden was saying when we were driving to the doctor today, he was saying like where he misses just like people hanging out. He's like, it's not like it used to be. He's like, it really sucks. Like nobody wants to like hang out because we have the phones and the internet and all that capability. So it's different than like when we grew up, where it was like, you just go over to your friend's house and play or whatever, it's different. Or go play video games together, not through the internet, which is like
so different.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is just how it is right now. But as far as like hugs and that kind of thing goes, when we talk about going back to like this free 5-day self-love challenge, the love that is in your life is really created within you. Like what you're attracting is really comes with who you are. And the self-love aspect of it is huge, because when I think about it, and I think when I was in active addiction, I had zero self-love. I had zero self-worth. I was like sabotaging like on a daily basis. I was codependent. So I was like focusing out on everybody else, not myself. But because of that, I was attracting like toxic relationships. In toxic relationships, there's not happiness and there's not like love. It's like, what can you do for me and what can I do for you?
Yeah.
and it's just not there. That's not joy or happy or love. So it's interesting. It's definitely going like deep on a
Mm,
deep spiritual level of like when you go and you become self-aware and you start working on yourself and figuring out like,
mm,
why am I judging myself? Why am I allowing that? Or just a lot of different things that we can work on. But when we do, you can be like flying high. Yeah. So that's what it's all about. But yeah, so I don't know. What I'm thinking is, and I got to look up ways to do it, but my heart. So I always believe, there's one thing to like, okay, everybody wants to get healthy and like beat the belly bloat, right? And I'm saying, yeah, like I do too. Um, but I want to offer something that's a little bit more well-rounded and implementing, a little bit of spiritual practice like the
mhm,
meditation and yeah, also fitness, like
mhm,
getting motivated. And that's like a transformation. So I don't know if it's going to be like a monthly transformation kind of program or if we just do 30 days. So I'm really trying to hone in it. And after we get off of this, maybe, if you have any ideas, but I'm ready to release it. I'm ready to get people signed up. I'm ready to like really have like a big group of like
yeah.
cool, awesome, like let's go people. Because I haven't done it in a while. And I was going through a lot. I wasn't able to hold that space for
Mhm,
like a while now. I really wasn't.
yeah.
Um, but now yeah, now I'm ready to hold the space for everybody. So
Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's do
So
it.
let's go.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. So yeah, that being said is like, so when we get off of this, if you have any ideas or but that's my goal is really to just like hone it in. What are we offering? When are
Mhm,
we starting? And go time. But the thing I offered last night it was pretty good. It was like, it's a good thing,
mhm,
but, I think I want it to be like more of um, like a monthly thing where it's a monthly subscription and we're focusing on different like aspects of life
mhm.
each month.
And it's always
So
great to take one area sometimes, depending on where everyone is at with their transformation, but so it's digestible, kind of in small
that's
increments so
true.
that you can create that habit and then move into something else. Like there's a book called
Yeah.
Atomic Habits, and it kind of
Yeah.
talks about that,
Yeah.
doing little things at a time so that that would be more sustainable, kind
Right.
of over
Right.
a
Because
longer period
otherwise
of
it's too
time.
much. And you're like,
And then it
ah,
can be a lot, kind of overwhelming,
yeah.
especially if it's not something that you're already naturally practicing in your daily life. So that's
Yeah.
why, like, having it's a longer accumulation over, period of
Right.
months to build on a healthy lifestyle, depending on where you want to kind of start that, the body kind of cleansing out the body, then moving into like the mind spirit, then moving into more of a wholeness. Not sure
Right.
what that looks like, but that's kind of what comes to me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. And that's yeah, because I don't want to just coach like one thing. I want like people to be able to be in a group and put something that they're going through like a question up there and
Yeah.
to be able to address that because it's like life is not just one aspect of
Hmm.
like that's
Yes.
I don't know. My goal is to just like have happy humans, happy, healthy, free,
Yeah.
happy, healthy, free. And
Hmm.
that's whatever this group is or whatever I'm going to call it. Or it's just going to be like a monthly subscription. So there's flexibility as well, which I think
Hmm.
is always good. But that's what I'm thinking because I always wanted to do that. So kind of went from shifting of like we're gonna do 30 days, beat the belly blow, special edition, spring edition.
Yep.
Um, but that's not gonna maybe appeal to everybody.
Hmm.
So I wanted to be a little bit more like we're doing all of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, any thoughts on that? I definitely love feedback. especially from you, as well. So, because you've been in the group, so
Mhm.
you know what it's all about, and you believe.
I believe.
You
I
believe.
believe. I believe in all of you. I believe. I believe in myself.
Yay! That's it. That's why you do this. We need to take a picture. I need a picture of us. Hold on. All right. Bye Instagram. Love you so. I'm like, bye. Bye. I guess we can do it while we're on here. Why not? Why not? Oops. No
Can
share.
you hear Lucy in the background?
Yeah.
Do you hear my dog barking?
I mean, I'm not-
I didn't know if you guys could hear her or not, but
Oh.
I probably need to let her out of her cage here in a minute.
Yeah. All right, we're done. We're done. Wait, I like my big hand's in the way. I don't know. How do we do this? I don't even know. And then I got the light behind me. I'm doing the best I can here.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Karen.
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yep. It's fine. Oh yeah, Lucy's definitely like, hello.
Let me out of here.
Yay.
Hi,
Cool.
where are you? Well, thanks for having me, Karen. This was really fun. I loved it. I'm glad we did this. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
I always love it.
Yeah.
I always love it. Now that this is in the group, I'm going to actually just say, and you can decide what you want, but you participated the most in the group. So you'll get your first dibs. I'm going to let you pick whatever out of the 3 prizes. So you don't have to tell me now. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, honestly,
Exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
It is. So exciting. You guys join in. Come on, free gifts. What?
You got this. Wait.
Yes. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to decide.
Or me. Or me. So yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, if you do the work, you can win prizes. That's how it works in a challenge. All right. Well, wait, I was gonna say I only saw Hawk, not Hemp. It's so quiet.
He's at school. He's at school right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I was like,
because I thought this time would be a perfect timing for that.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was like, it's really quiet over there. Except now Lucy's like, love you, and
thanks Karen.
I am really grateful you took the time to be here with me, and everybody, whoever's watching this or watching the replay. Yeah, Kristl's awesome.
Karen's awesome. Awesomeness together. Hey, I'm so corny.
Yeah. We're awesome.
Where's our music? Where's our exit music?
Oh yeah. We need to go out with the music. You're right. We totally. See Paul on here, except he spelled my name wrong. Oh snap! He spelled my name wrong. No. Here we go. Let me. We'll go out with the music. I'll blast it. It's as loud as it goes. Lucy's getting on it. All right,
I love it.
We gotta go booty.
All right, girl.
All right, love you.
Yeah, let's do. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
love you.
Right. Maybe. How about tonight? I haven't booty.
I don't know. Let me check my schedule. I'll connect with you. I'll let you know.
Let's pick a night. We gotta do it.
Yeah, we will for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank
Love you.
you.
Bye.